Good day, and thank you for joining Sangamo's corporate presentation at the virtual meeting on the MESA. I'm Mark McClung, Chief Business Officer at Sangamo Therapeutics. Here are our forward-looking statements. New management took over at Sangamo 4 years ago, and one of the first actions was to change the name subtly to Sangamo Therapeutics to reflect our commitment to translating groundbreaking science into genomic medicines to transform patients' lives. We believe we are the first fully integrated genomic medicines company. We are unique in genomic medicine space, and our strength is that we have technologies that span the range of genomic modalities: gene therapy, gene-edited cell therapy, and in vivo genome editing and genome regulation. While each is unique, there are many common aspects to these approaches. Now, we've been in clinical development evaluating these technologies and are learning a great deal about molecular biology, cassette engineering, and delivery, specifically about our AAV6 vector, which is used in our gene therapy programs. Here you can see that we've tried to do in the past several years at Sangamo is balance the company. Balance it between near-term delivery on lower risk projects and the future, which is projects that have higher technical risk but have the potential to provide fundamental benefits to patients, and we expect significant return to our investors. We're doing gene therapy today because it's tractable. Over time, we'll pivot to focus our zinc finger programs, Sangamo's core technology, that we believe represents the hallmark promise in genomic medicine. Here you see a robust pipeline with a healthy balance of clinical and preclinical programs. We're delighted with the energy and excitement from Pfizer as the team executes on the phase 3 plans with hemophilia A in gene therapy. We're also building momentum with our Fabry disease gene therapy program, which is now underway in our phase 1/2 study. Equally exciting are some of the early programs, particularly our neuroscience programs that we've partnered with Biogen and Novartis this year. These partnerships are a reflection of our infinite pipeline, which is possible when you can target any part of the genome. And we're taking some of those programs ahead on our own and some in our partnerships. Here we look at Sangamo's partnerships, where we've been able to unlock value from our pipeline and expand our pipeline into areas we wouldn't necessarily have been able to explore without the expertise and resources from a partner. You can see that we have brought in more than 700 million in payments from partnerships, with 7 billion potential in milestone payments as well as royalties. And it's important to note that blue chip pharma companies have come to us to partner because they've seen what our technology can do, and they believe the genomic technology is that choice to make medicines. Our strategy is that our partner programs help fund proprietary pipeline. So we'll retain assets that we can feasibly develop and commercialize on our own, with synergies across our programs and platforms. And we'll collaborate in competitive areas that require significant investment and specialty therapeutic area knowledge where we can leverage the expertise of our partners. I want to tell you about a few significant neuroscience collaborations we've established this year, which represent our partnership strategy and we think demonstrate the great potential of our zinc finger technology. First, in February this year, we did a deal with Biogen to use our zinc finger technology in neurological diseases. This deal gives Biogen access to our cutting-edge zinc finger transcription factor technology that we believe can target disease pathology at its genesis by modulating gene expression in the brain, and it provides us with access to Biogen's neuroscience expertise. And this deal was important in that it significantly strengthened our balance sheet, allowing us to fund proprietary internal programs. This deal is for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and neuromuscular target, as well as the option for up to 9 additional neurological targets. Sangamo will lead the early research, and Biogen will take over for global development and commercialization. We'll also be leveraging our manufacturing capabilities and in-house capacity to initial clinical trials for the first of these 3 product candidates. In July, we announced another deal with Novartis. Again, strategically partnering our zinc finger technology with Novartis's deep experience in neurodevelopment. Here we will use the zinc finger transcription factors to upregulate or activate expression of genes that are inadequately expressed with certain neurodevelopment disorders. This deal includes 3 undisclosed gene targets, including genes associated with autism spectrum disorder. Sangamo will conduct certain research activities, and Novartis will assume responsibility for additional research and development through commercialization. Here are the financials of the 2 deals. First thing you'll see is we negotiated healthy upfront payments in both deals, which demonstrates the value of our collaboration partners see in our technology. We see this as an important validation for our zinc finger platform, and more importantly, Sangamo's capabilities. In both cases, we have significant development and commercialization milestones and will receive royalties and potential sales. Now, when you take a look at the CNS pipeline last year in 2019, we had 2 assets in preclinical development in partnership with blue chip pharma companies. Today, you can see that we've been able to build our pipeline into therapeutic areas we may not have been able to pursue on our own. So you can see how we build value and hopefully get our medicines to patients more quickly with our partners, which in turn funds our wholly owned internal pipeline. And it's important to note that we've only begun to mine the potential of our technology to address central nervous diseases. There are potentially hundreds of genes in the central nervous system related to neurological diseases, where we may be able to address them with our technology. And there may be more approaches, including our CAR T-regs and mitochondrial editing, that we could also explore. I'd like to turn now to some updates across our clinical and preclinical pipeline. Starting with gene therapy, we're thrilled to be in phase 3 with Pfizer in hemophilia A. And I've already mentioned that we just dosed our first Fabry patient. This slide takes a look at the finances behind our hemophilia A collaboration with Pfizer. For our strategy, we received a significant upfront payment with opportunity for many more development and commercial milestones, as well as royalties from potential sales. This program is critical to Sangamo as it's our first asset in a regulatory study, and payments from partner programs such as this fund our development activities of our wholly owned assets. Pfizer is executing on the phase 3 study plans, and we look forward to seeing the data as well as the additional follow-up data from our phase 1/2 study. Once again, we're excited to have dosed our first patients in Fabry gene therapy study, a single IV injection, no preconditioning, and the potential to deliver efficacy and preserve renal function and reduce cardiovascular morbidity. We believe we may be amongst the first Fabry disease gene therapies on the market. Moving now to our cell therapy portfolio. We in Sanofi are evaluating ex vivo gene-edited cell therapy in a phase 1/2 study, or studies I should say, in beta thalassemia and sickle cell disease. 5 patients have been enrolled in the beta thal study, and Sanofi is enrolling patients in sickle cell. We'll look forward to providing an update on these results from both studies next year. Our friends at Kite have indicated they are pushing towards the clinic with Kite 037, an allogeneic anti-CD19 CAR T, after some delays due to COVID. Now, moving on to the exciting T-reg platform. It's a platform we acquired from TXL, now Sangamo France, back in 2018. CAR T-regs are engineered T-regs, and we believe this will have an advantage over polyclonal T-regs. What CAR T-regs do is balance the inflammatory process between activator cells, regulator cells, and effector cells. And we're very pleased that we'll be the first company to use CAR T-reg technology in humans in the phase 1/2 steadfast solid organ transplant study of TX200 in HLA-A2 mismatched renal transplant, targeting localized antigen, activating it, and ultimately, we hope, instilling lymph node memory. And this study will help us understand the biology and mechanism of CAR T-regs so that we can further unlock larger indications for engineered CAR T-regs in areas like multiple sclerosis, Crohn's disease, amongst others. To support our CAR T-reg programs, we've partnered with Mogrify, a cell conversion technology company, in order to leverage their iPSC technology, which we believe will accelerate the development of scalable and accessible CAR T-regs. This is a good example of our in-licensing partnership strategy, where we look to bring in cutting-edge technologies in addition to our own research to support our programs. Finally, an important part of our strategy to help ensure control of quality, cost, intellectual property, and timelines is the build-out of our in-house manufacturing facilities, which we expect to come online over the next year or so. This complements our partnership with Thermo Fisher Scientific, where we have dedicated capacity. So let me leave you with a few final thoughts and takeaways. This slide is an important representation of many of the markets our technology could potentially address. We have started validating our technology in rare diseases where the genomic cause is more clear, and we will progress and learn from our experience in the clinic, where we're able to then address larger markets with serious unmet need. And as we continue to progress in the clinic with our research, our partnerships will continue to be an important way for Sangamo to expand our pipeline and pursue the vast opportunities, what we call an infinite pipeline. The therapeutic area expertise, translational and clinical science expertise, and resources from our partners are critical in advancing our mission to bring transformative medicines to patients. I'd like to conclude with some key takeaways. First, we see Sangamo as the first fully integrated genomic medicines company, building value through our genomic technologies, backed by a robust patent estate with broad portfolio of rare, large indications across several diseases. We are very pleased with the progress of our in-house manufacturing facilities, and we believe they will bring tremendous value. Finally, Sangamo has a talented, capable, and diverse team, a very strong balance sheet, and external validation from 6 high-achieving companies. Once again, thank you for joining the session today and your interest in Sangamo Therapeutics.